Yeah. Well, I'm still here, popping in and out of my parents' house. It is Sunday fun day. They're at a Giants baseball game, I'm pretty sure right now. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Well, I fed their fish. Now I think it's about time to feed myself, because you know what? I got the craving, the hankering for a burger, and I looked on the McDonald's app. They got a special right now. Mobile orders only, I believe, for pickup. $4 for a quarter pounder with cheese, a fries, and a Coke. So, away we go. Woo-wee! It is hot in here. Hey, Mr. Frosty, I'm surprised you haven't melted yet. Actually, it's not so bad. Yesterday, it was 109. Well, a little bit of a wind came through overnight. And today, high of 100. I know, 100's still hot, but you know what? 100 is really tolerable after that 109 heat. I could almost just lay out in the sun today. Haha, doubtful. Roll these windows down real quick, and we're on our way. Easy enough. Oh man, nothing quite like the taste of Coca-Cola from McDonald's. And there's a reason why. I watched a special about it. There's certain distinct factors about what differentiates the way McDonald's serves Coke and others do. One, everybody knows about the big straw. Two, they keep the temperature of the Coke in their machines like 2 or 3 degrees colder than a normal dispenser. And the combination between those two factors, ice cold deliciousness delivered at a steady rate to your tongue zone. Roundabout. Everybody loves a loud car and a roundabout too for... Oh yeah, you get it, race car driver. All right, let's see if I can't find a little bit of shade in a parking lot near you. This parking lot's usually good for a little bit of midday shade, and sure enough, I got full coverage. Little low-laying branches, never hurt anyone. Whoop. Right here by Valley Public Radio. This is a cool little industrial park here that no one ever goes to. The parking lot's always empty. Secret truth be known, I've parked here a few times overnight, and right over that way on the other side of the parking lot is a cool little storage unit area. And when the pandemic hit and they took away my Starbucks office, well, I looked around for a virtual office, and sure enough, over here at the storage unit, they have virtual office. And what that means is it's basically like a little office cubicle. You get to use whenever you want, 24-hour access. It comes with free Wi-Fi. There's a telephone line there. Basically, so you can conduct yourself like an office, like a business. And I started doing my research on the San Joaquin and Eastern Railroad there, for which I plan to make a documentary. Now that things are opening up, I can get a little bit more serious about that. And wouldn't you know it, work calls me away at the same time, which is the way life is. But still working toward that goal, and having this office was a great help because I'm not the type to just sit at home and do work. I get distracted very easily, so I need a place to focus my energies. For only $100 a month, I was able to get the virtual office over there at, I think it's called Clovis Storage Units or something like that. We'll drive by there when I'm done eating my Mackie D's. But by getting the virtual office, I was able to really focus my energies and dive deep into the research. And I have to tell you, I found some things that I'm pretty sure only me and like one or two other people know about the railroad, about footage of it that exists out there. I know. You're going to have to wait for the documentary to come out to see that. But also, it was a place where I could hold meetings. And, you know, I wanted to interview people that know more about the railroad than me. That's what you do when you're making a documentary. You have core subject of interest and you find out all you can. And half of that is reaching out to the people that are the actual experts on such subjects. And there are a few of them around here. And one of which is my good friend Dorinda. And that is how I first met and was introduced to Bob and Dorinda, who have become really, really close friends over the course of the last year and a half or so. And why them? Well, because they lived in the last remaining railroad station, which was the Shaver Crossing Station, right there on the old railroad grade bed road coming up into the town of Big Creek. And while unfortunately their place was lost to the tragic Creek Fire, which ripped through the area last summer, her knowledge can be passed on still. And that gives me even more incentive, a greater purpose, because some of that history is being lost. Every day we lose just a little bit more history. And if somebody doesn't take the chance to preserve that, the effort to, you know, encapsulate it into kind of a time bubble, a little time capsule, if you were. And today we do that through making documentary movies and writing books. And while the books are going by the wayside and are very fragile, and some of them many great books that Dorinda had in her extensive and impressive library of local history, a lot of those are gone, unfortunately. But fortunately, I know some of them were saved because I got a bag of them right here in the van. I find a lot of people really don't take the time to reflect upon local history, and I am such a fan. You know that if you watch my channel at all. I love diving deep into local history, and without that office space over here, I would never have been able to get in as deep into the San Joaquin and Eastern Railroad subject as I had wanted to. Another cool thing about that storage spot, while I'm going on and on about it, is that with the virtual office, you can also reserve conference rooms. And honestly, the first time I believe I met Bob and Dorinda, they came over there, I reserved the big old conference room in the back. And that was great because she brought over these gigantic maps. They had to be this big, at least this big, going out the window big. And we were able to spread them out on the big conference table. And I really, for the first time, it got a real sense of the overview and scope of what an amazing feat building that railroad really was. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I did do what I refer to as this is not a documentary about the San Joaquin and Eastern Railroad, because it was just kind of me talking without like anything really prepared, just going, you know, stream of consciousness, memory recall, talking about the first half, the first leg of the journey of the San Joaquin and Eastern Railroad, which was the whole support structure for that Big Creek hydroelectric project being built and creating a Huntington Lake, Shaver Lake, Edison Lake, Florence Lakes, Pine Flat Lake, Millerton Lake, blah, 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 Red Desert Lake, Red Desert Lake. I know, I still haven't eaten my burger. I've just been ranting and raving. You get me talking about the San Joaquin and Eastern Railroad, not only am I gonna start sweating beads, but I'm gonna start shoving fries on my face to shut up. Oh, now I'm losing fries on the ground. Throw those away. Hey, Mr. Frosty, you hungry? Well, it looks like since I was here last, they changed their name to Store It Self-Storage. So all of that stuff I said before about the virtual office, I don't know if they're still doing it. It looks like it got taken over by a different name. It used to be called like Clovis Self-Storage, but they also do say a business center. So check it out online if you're in and around the area, or who cares?
It's 7:46 p.m. It's about 102 degrees outside.
Sometimes you zoom out and you think about what a process it's been.
GoPro, stop recording.